I should keep the falling and Sharn table. That may be important.
Definitely make sure you keep that price of rice in the eastern peninsulas. Make sure that stays on there. That's probably going to be important.
Yep. That's right under what the train times are in the fire plane.
Ah, good, good. Those are important as well.
Yes. I'm very prepared.
Tales of our endeavors proliferate.
There's a certain someone in the chat.
Is it Power Stone?
Well, of course.
Awesome.
Wow.
For once, it actually logged onto our game, and not like a game you played 2.5 weeks ago.
Oh, hey, Power Stone!
Oh god.
It comes back with a vengeance.
I'm a subscriber. Why have to watch these fucking commercials?
Is that
Sorry,
what
I have no control over those.
is that what a warlock calls for their deity subscriptions?
Hello, may we interest you in a subscription to Life After Death?
Your free subscription for life has just ended.
Your free trial.
Who here's played the newest Fire Emblem game? Have you seen
Have I seen
the video that's like
Are you on your microphone?
I shouldn't be.
So, have I seen what?
The new Fire Emblem game. Something about it.
If you're trying to talk, Eric, we can't hear you. Oh.
Nope. I'm quiet, like shadows.
I got nothing. You
Quiet.
can see the light going on.
I think he's speaking through musical tones right now.
Maybe. Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Hello. How are you?
That was weird. Like, everything was set up just fine, but apparently turning off push to talk was what made it work now.
Huh.
Was I going through my headset the entire time until just now?
I believe so.
Alright, does it still work?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Problem solved.
I have to say I love the title of the stream.
Oh, Dusty still isn't here.
Alright, my question was, did you see this that I just posted in the Echoes chat? The second one's even better. Hold on.
I'm getting notifications on my telephone. It's all at the same time. You don't mind me. Close that.
I love it. It was great.
I haven't seen that one. Oh my fucking god! I don't know. Can you? Jesus Christ!
It's on the syllabus.
Sorry, guys. Forgot to open it. There we go. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. I am Raw Zim, and this is Echoes of Eberron, Dungeons and Dragons.
I think the stream froze. Hold on.
What do you mean it froze?
Let me reload it real quick. Oh
Okay,
no,
it's-
it was
Hello?
it's just muted for some reason. We're good. We're live.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Hello.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Bye. You guys have your characters? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering because I saw that at Zim's character select was just completely empty.
Oh, it takes a moment
That's
to
usually
load.
what it is. Yeah.
I never see that side. I'm always just right in.
I was here on time, so my character is already in here.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh hey, I can gauge who gets here first by the order in the left. That's
I
full.
guess it is the login order.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's wrong because I'm 90% sure Zerth got here before me.
But character selected.
Yes, correct.
Hmm.
I'm the shadow.
Big.
Thonking.
Big
Anyways,
Thrarunk.
Big meaty claws.
you love to hate him, you hate to love him. Let's turn it over now to Mickey.
Oh Christ.
Mickey's not feeling too good.
Yeah, that's fair, Mickey. Hey, here's a glass of water. You drink up, you sit on the couch, you watch reruns of Family Guy, okay? All right. You have a good one. Just get some sleep, okay?
Oh shit, my friend Mickey went out, so he asked if I can come in and go hang out.
Oh
Mickey,
God.
Meanwhile, go back in your room.
I meet what I'm pudding. I live in the flash. Y'all can never let me out.
Oh my god.
We would never go on any walks or
Just-
anything.
It just doesn't end.
I have no words.
Meanwhile, go get in your room.
I love the idea of him playing the freaking gelatinous cube.
I love the idea that he
I thought that
somehow
would be good.
me once said, "Hey, Mickey's gone. He asked me to fill in for him."
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Dova?
Yeah.
Are you done already?
Yeah, I'm done.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, well, the session's over.
No,
Let's go.
no. We can go as late as we want
Too much energy
tonight.
doing that, so.
We have no
All
set
right.
end time.
Hey.
I took tonight
alright,
off,
so-
so, you know.
Ah. So let's actually start. Last session, you guys basically kind of tooled around Sharn for a little while.
Here, one sec. Let me switch the music.
Okay.
Here.
Oh, I gotta switch to my playlist now.
There, is that good? Is that good for setting the scene and...
That's pretty decent. So, you guys learned a few things about what exactly was going on with the spell shards that you retrieved. One of them contained a mind or a presence. And while you guys aren't really sure exactly who or what it is, it's pretty the curator of the museum of Morgrave University heavily believes that it is either the docent or Blue's mine that's in there. And there's also information, and again, this is kind of part Inun's research, part of what the curators told you, that it may be possible to kind of pull this mind out and back into Blue's body through the use of one of these rather large um, uh, constructs deep in the cogs of the city. And before we actually start, can somebody roll a d8 for me in the tower? We already have one. Guys.
Put it in the tower. How are we supposed to know
That's
what's
a
going on?
D4. Who rolled a D4? Alright.
Throws a shoe.
Oh boy. Okay, so that's the thing. Alright. So, after doing a little bit of shopping, Zerth bought an owl and then fell off a bridge. But he still has the owl. So I suppose we're good. As you guys are slowly waking up. Actually, I suppose you aren't extremely tired from the previous day, so you'd have a quite gentle morning. Grab some breakfast, and while not everyone is here yet, I would like to discuss one of the Unearthed Arcana sort of options for you all. And I've been talking, I think, to everyone except for Sinel about this. Do you have any spell casting, Sinel?
Yes.
I forget. Okay. So.
Not much, but I got some.
What is being considered is the addition of the spellcasting versatility options, because I think that would be fairly interesting. But basically, it lets you, and I believe you just choose your spells and you can't really change them unless you level up. So implementing this would allow a lot more versatility, especially when it comes to cantrips. But basically, you in particular would be able to switch out your spells at the end of a long rest. One of them per long rest. And in addition to that, perhaps the ability to change cantrips either when leveling up or at the end of a long rest. It kind of depends what everyone wants to go for. But doing this would be a pretty decent boost, a pretty decent buff for the casters of the party, and I just want to make sure everyone's on board and okay with that.
So it's just the ability to swap out cantrips?
Yes, basically. And the ability to change out your actual spells. Not just on like a level up. Because normally when you level up in most classes, you can take one of your spells and change it out for another one, in addition to whatever spells that you gain.
Actually, I think
for
most
classes that prepare
are
their
the
spells,
otherwise.
I believe you can change them out for pretty much all the classes. When you're
Yeah.
leveling up, at least.
Anyway, sounds good to me.
All right. And I'm thinking.
Oh, honestly, I would say that the wizard should still be limited just because of how their specific spell stuff works.
It's what I'm still kind of trying to figure out exactly what's gonna work. But I wanna give it a try. See what happens.
Because if the wizard gets lucky, they could technically have every spell in the game at once. They just gotta find it and put it into their spell book.
Oh yeah. But the kind of the utility of the wizard is being able to change those out fairly rapidly. But anyways, it's something that we're gonna try out. If it kind of gets too funky, we'll go back to the way that rules as written in like the player handbook is.
It was just one cantrip per long rest, right?
Yeah.
Level up?
Per level up, yes.
I'm good with it.
All right.
I mean-
And for Sinnoh, that would allow you to change one of your spells per long rest. The spell versatility, that is. Or if you don't want that, you can choose one of the options from the additional class features of the Unearthed Arcana, and I can get a copy of that posted in the Echoes of Eberron chat. But this is probably not going to be implemented this session. Probably next session. Just because there's a lot of stuff to look through at least.
All right. Well, yeah. Share it, and
Let's
I'll.
see. Also, I'm kind of happy to announce that the Eberron sourcebook, Rising from the Last War, has recently been released. And my personal opinion is I don't like the racial features as well as the Artificer compared to previous Artificer editions. So for now, until I can look at it a lot more, we'll be keeping the old options, which I don't think affects any of you guys, so...
Nope.
Except for Yark, and I believe he's gonna stay put.
That's gonna change up like my entire life.
All right.
The setback that you faced me today, I'm gonna have to learn more voices.
Oh God, please.
The horror.
Please don't have the ability to play out a conversation of the entire Aqua Team Hunger Force.
Oh no, I wouldn't care.
I would just be impressed.
I want to learn Carl's voice. I think that'd be pretty good.
That's kind of it's really like East Coast, like just yelling instead of talking, right?
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
Yeah, all right. I'll work on it.
Heck yeah. So, let us begin. What are you guys doing? And remember, you do have a sort of invitation to join on an expedition heading down into the Cogs, down towards the last recorded location of that the previous artifact. Now, during the conversation, there wasn't an exact time, but it did indicate that it's leaving either today or tomorrow, and you guys have kind of been getting prepared for that.
I'm I'm gonna spend time with my. Wait, is there like a library or something?
Noon's in it. We have full
Yeah.
access.
Beautiful. I want to go rent some books.
Oh God, not this again.
I know what a library is this time.
Inun, would you grant Zerth guest access? Or would
If
you
I had-
kind of
if-
allow him to come in under your supervision?
If he can, then yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of chaperone him in, since they've kind of seen you around a few times and know that you're fairly trustworthy.
Did any of Noon's studies get anywhere? Because he was just going on that book on the main kind of historical book, and then he was spending most of the time on that storage rune.
mhm.
keeps trying to incant it on his reactivate whatever rune is already on his robe and hopefully have bigger pockets.
Okay.
He's essentially just
Researching
kind of
it.
looking at his sleeve with a hand doing somatic gestures, trying to get the damn symbol to glow.
Give me an Arcana check. See if
Yeah.
you can't make a breakthrough. All right. So, working with the knowledge that you've been kind of digging through, you eventually manage to get the rune glowing very faintly, and then kind of more refinement and tuning, and eventually you manage to make it glow very brightly. And you recognize that if you put a little bit of magical ingredients into it, some sort of in just kind of a standard enchanting procedure, then you'd be able to make that kind of waning effect a little bit more permanent.
Okay, does he have an idea of what ingredients he needs?
As with most enchantments, probably a little bit of dragon shard dust.
One person who has that, but he snorts it. Have a really bad habit when he gets older.
Yeah, it really is just kind of dangerous.
All right, well, he's gonna go into town, looking for that, and he's also gonna be on the lookout for a bag of holding if he can't get this to work.
Okay.
So what he wants to get is the ingredients for the spell, a pretty nice quality like velvet bag, and then other than that, like, yeah, see if there is an actual magic item around.
All right. Keep losing the table for magic item prices. That was a fast fumble, by the way. Already onto it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna
And,
try and get the a magic bow. I completely spaced it. Also, Yark, there is a question for you in the chat that I kept forgetting to bring up when there was an opportunity.
Yes.
How serious were you considering robbing a bank?
Not at all.
You sound so disappointed.
You'd be right.
Is that who I think it is?
I think it is.
Yeah. I think so. Maybe?
Hello?
Hello?
Hey. What's up, Dusty? A little bit quiet.
Yeah, I sound kind of far away.
You guys can actually hear him because I'm not hearing anything.
It
I
was
only heard,
very
like, a
quiet.
word.
He's needed now.
Nope. You must still be getting set up.
Anun is going to pass down some lore to Sinnel about a magic bow he heard of before.
What's the bow called?
Volsyrus.
Fair enough.
Shoots fucking laser beams.
Pretty great bow.
Oh, that thing was incredible.
I mean, yeah, I'd be okay with that, but I don't think I can afford it.
All right, so Inun, finding a bag of holding is not really that much trouble, all things considered. Um, there's quite a few magic vendors, especially near the university district, and bags of holding are considered almost essential for most expeditions down into the Cogs. So you're able to find one for a fairly reasonable price of 350 Galifars.
You know, it just kind of occurred to me that it's probably with the university, like one of the first things their students make. So every semester they're just inundated with a bunch of those.
I mean, you could probably, if you dug around find enough, or if you dug around like enough, you could probably find like the artificer surplus.
Instead of ceramic sales, they just have bags of holding sales.
No, they were supposed to all do their own thing, but it's just like 30 bags of holding and 5 haversacks are like, oh, you made the same thing. Good for you. Like the
No, but
Bacon
this
soda
bag of
volcano,
holding
essentially.
keeps things cold.
bag of colding. That had to have came out of college.
It's like a plaster. It's like a bag that just holds like plaster and like silicone. It's a bag of molding.
Fuck you.
It's a bag of
bag.
holding, but it can only hold numerous amounts of papers and bed sheets. It's a bag
How's
of holding.
this? Can you guys hear me?
A little bit
Hey, what's
better.
up? A little bit, yeah.
You sound
Yeah, alright.
good. Did you get a new mic?
I'm trying a different one.
Wow.
You sound incredibly better.
You sound so close to me.
You sound amazing.
Christ almighty.
Good.
Feel so close to you right now.
I'm not sure how to take this.
No, but seriously, you do sound really clear, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I desperately need to get an arm for my mic. Punch over
a bag that whenever you open it, it shouts at you. Bag of scolding.
it.
I was gonna say a bag of tolding.
I was gonna say a bag you pour cheese or milk into comes out cheese. It's a bag of molding.
Oof.
I said a different molding. I
You're
already hit
correct.
that one.
So
Did I
no,
miss
you
it?
said different molding. That means it's fine.
Proliferate.
Fine. I'll
Bag
accept
of-
this.
There's really no setup for this one, but bag of kobolding.
Kobolding.
Kobolding. Well, I was just about to say a bag that returns all the papers with the font like extra thick would be a bag of bolding.
Oof. See, I thought it was just a brave bag.
That's also probably, you know. We're all thinking of puns for bags of holding.
Yeah, no, we're all thinking of balding, calding, dalding,
Yep.
holding, or
Wonderful.
dolding, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I also had to manually set up this microphone.
Wow. Well, it's working now. It's working pretty good.
Great, great.
Also, Sinel, you would be able to find mechanically a +1 bow. What kind of bow are you looking for?
Just anything. Kind of would like
All right.
something interesting.
All right.
Though keep in mind I only have about 650 Galifars, so
I get you.
not cursed. Just gotta throw that out there.
You know what? Good thing you put that out there.
Something interesting.
You know, instead of just the standard +1, it...
Careful, you're stepping
Alright.
into dusty territory here. Careful.
Oh crap, I am.
Let's see what we've got.
You don't want something that's mechanically good. You want something that's interesting.
I think I'll be okay as long as I don't dragon shards.
Careful.
A lot of crossbow stuff.
There was one you mentioned forever ago that I was trying to get the money for, and then we left the area
Mm.
before we went into the Mournlands.
I remember that one.
Dusty too has something he desires strongly. And he might have the money for it.
So, doing a bit of shopping, and you kind of spend a good portion of yesterday and today just kind of looking around, and eventually you do find a kind of a hole-in-the-wall establishment on one of the towers adjacent to the university, selling some of the kind of the equipment that's been run through its paces and prototyped and just kind of pawned off, basically. So, you know, like a pawn shop. The bow itself seems to hit just as hard as a normal bow, but it has the fantastic ability to, much like the folding longsword, or sorry, greatsword, kind of fold up in on itself into a much smaller package, basically being able to fit inside a quiver. But the fit is somewhat snug.
I like the sounds
in
of
addition,
that.
it would be considered a +1. Just from the build quality and the various enhancements built into it. And it would be considered a longbow.
Sounds perfect. How much?
For this specimen, say the going rate for something like this, especially in this economy, about somewhere in the neighborhood of 4.5 platinum dragons. So 450 Galifars. No arrows are included, though.
I was going to say... Well, I heard that as 450 platinum dragons. I'm like, oh, really? You know what? I think that's a fair price.
He vigorously shakes your hand. Go ahead, minus 450 Galifars. And, oops, let me just do that real quick. And I'll go ahead and just add it right into your inventory. I believe it needs attunement.
Oh, my
Let me
money
see
is
here.
gone again. Oops. Dova, don't look now. I'm just items.
All right. There we go. I've went ahead and identified it. So
Well,
you should
thank
be
you.
good to go with it. Let me just lock it again. Well, hey Dusty, how are you? You're finally in game.
Yes. And when
Is
it's
there
not
anything
exactly-
else that anybody would like to accomplish? Something important before heading out on the expedition?
expedition?
Just those books.
All right.
Um,
You're able to read them, but Inune's guest pass doesn't really let him take books out.
Gotcha.
You really need to be a student here or a faculty member to actually check out books.
So did
What
Anune
expedition?
find a different bag of holding?
Mm.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check to find like the surplus store.
Was it with Sinnel? Lost.
You find that same store that Sinnel's at, but the bags of holding don't seem to make it down here. The more you kind of look around, the more you think it's got to be this sort of like insider information. Because nobody's really willing to tell you where it is. Maybe just the deals are that good.
Huh.
But otherwise, you could find one for. I said 350.
They don't want to
Was
share those
350.
hot deals.
I think I said 350.
All right, and then what about the spell supplies?
Spell supplies. You can find
Well,
powdered
the-
dragon shards pretty much anywhere. But to kind of finalize that rune on your cloak would cost roughly 60 Galifars worth.
He's. All right, I'm gonna attempt it on the bag. I'll just go for it. I'll try it in the cloak first. I'll draw the rune on the bag that I bought, not the bag of holding,
All right.
and then I'll draw the rune on and then perform the ritual.
So you bought a regular bag or the bag of holding?
No, remember
Let's clarify.
I bought like a velvet sack and the
Right.
dragon powder.
And the velvet sack would actually come free with the powder. The powder's
Okay.
in the sack.
Excellent.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Better. It wasn't.
So, go ahead and mark off the 60 gold worth of.
I did.
Okay. So, as you finish up, you look inside the bag itself, and you see that, as expected, you can't see anything inside there. Your mind kind of fuzzes up as you look directly into the void, but you kind of reach in and find that your arm goes a little bit deeper than you thought it should, but it does eventually hit the edge. You've made the inside considerably larger, but it still holds about as much as a backpack in the size of a coin pouch.
Oh shit.
Nowhere near the efficiency or just pure capacity of a bag of holding, but pretty big upgrade.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't have a backpack anymore. It's now a sack on my belt.
There you go.
All right, y'all. Spend 20 minutes moving everything over.
As you move everything over, you realize that the weight is conserved. So putting 1 pound into the pouch is still a 1 pound pouch.
Oh, okay. Then I'm sure he would have stopped by the time we got too heavy.
Hmm. I mean, with a bit of refinement, you could probably lessen that, but at the moment, it's
Yeah.
just kind of a parlor trick.
That's gonna be his bar now. He's gonna put all of his bottles in there.
All right.
Would you like some help working on that?
Inquisitive.
You guys have spent, or you've spent like 2 hours working on that, and you'd realize that you should probably finish up working a personal business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and remember, that research trip wasn't really something they just invited that on. That was something I fucking funded,
Yeah.
right?
This was something that you guys are kind
Yeah,
of made.
I think I spent 300 or 3 dragons for it.
Yeah.
What? Dusty is so lost right now.
Yeah, last time Anun gave him a fuckload of money to fund a expedition.
To where?
The Cogs.
Somewhere. Yep.
Cog.
The Cogs.
Ah. Cog.
But auction house. Tomorrow, isn't it?
I believe you're still a few days off.
Damn. Well, okay. I guess I wouldn't be getting it sooner then. Dusty will be at that auction house
Come hell or high
Someday.
water.
Someday. This is the reason he has 1,000 Galifars. Or at least close enough.
I mean, going down there, you might end up with even more.
Well, yes, but he wants to buy.
Fair enough.
You gotta spend money to get stuff.
To buy money.
Buy money. Why
You
did I
gotta-
do this? Why didn't
You got a money to get money.
You got a money.
I have,
Well said.
I think I
Hey, Dova.
understand it.
Yeah?
58%.
I'd like to purchase a pole of angling.
A pole of angling.
Yes.
Is that in the
Xanathar's Guide, yes.
what rarity is it?
It is common. Just
Common?
as all the Xanathar's Guide are. Yeah.
Making a trip over to some of the wards near the coast, you'd manage to pick one up for 50 Galifars.
Awesome. I collapse it and do that thing where I spin it in my hand and like slide it into my tool belt.
All right. How big is it when it's collapsed?
Hold on. Wait a moment. Hold on, Dova.
All right, I'm waiting.
It's 10 feet long.
When collapsed? Or...
Yes.
That's
I need
a little
to-
big.
That's still pretty big. All right, I need to. I want to see this for myself, because now I'm curious. Oh God, I'm opening up internet windows accidentally. Pole of angling. Yeah, it would just be a 10-foot long wooden pole. So it really doesn't fold up, but like the reel and the hooks and the line and stuff just kind of meld into the kind of knurled wood. If you still want to buy it. If you're trying to talk, we can't hear you. I think he's AFK.
I think he's thinking.
He might be.
Thinking.
Thonk.
Think. Or
Big think.
I wonder how much a large bouncy ball would cost.
Probably only a few silver.
Great. No, there
Uh-oh.
go.
Oh.
There he is.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
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 Okay, cool. Dove, I'd also like to purchase a pole of collapsing.
All right.
Same rarity.
That's probably going to be a lot more valuable. So I'd say you could probably source one for 94 Galifars.
I'll give him a platinum.
All right. Do you want change back?
Indeed.
All right. He'll give you your 6 Galifars as change. As he very carefully puts the platinum dragon away.
It's like using a dinner plate as money.
Yeah. I mean, these suckers are like the size of iPhones.
Dove, I'm gonna perform some artificery with these two items.
All right.
The
What sort of artificery?
Cur ribbons on hold. I'm gonna make a collapsing fishing pole with these two items.
All right. Add that to the list.
Yes, the pole of angling is 10 feet, and when uncollapsed, the pole of collapsing is 10 feet as well.
I could see it working.
I'm gonna do it. This is what I'm working on now. All the Cur items is gonna be on hold.
No more clean. Time for fish. All right.
Fish
well,
first, clean later.
we'll add that to the crafting queue, as it were.
So large bouncing ball is 2 silver or 2.
How big of a bouncy ball?
One that's like the size of a barrel. He wants to practice doing tricks on top of it.
Of a barrel. That one's gonna be around 20 Galifars, just for the raw material wise. I was thinking more of you buying one that's like the size of your fist, like a bouncy ball.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Like a
no.
dodgeball.
He wants like the
Like a
one
tennis
that
ball.
clowns walk on in circuses.
Well, honestly, you could probably walk on a dodgeball with being your size.
Maybe. Okay, maybe half the size.
All right.
10 Galifars.
Yep. 10 Galifars, and it's about the size of a dodgeball. And this sucker's heavy.
Whoa. I didn't order a cannonball. I didn't order
It's pretty much the same weight as one. You reckon it's about 50 pounds.
Does this bounce?
What's your strength?
12?
You're able to pick it up. Oh, that's heavy. And you lift it up to about chest level, drop it, and kind of back away, and it makes a super heavy thud on the wooden floor before bouncing back up to almost the same height.
I just picture like a big medicine ball.
Kind of, yeah. That's basically what you got.
Okay, a medicine ball. I guess this is okay. I was thinking it would be full of air, but shows what I know about bouncy balls.
So you're a little bit quiet.
Huh, I thought it'd be full of air, but I guess that just shows what I know about bouncy balls. I'll take it.
All right. And it's keep track of your encumbrance because that sucker's heavy.
Oh yeah, that does get me pretty close, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're getting that's a 50-pound. Where are you gonna keep that, by the way?
It's a very good question.
I'm assuming you're thinking about this as you're walking out, right?
Probably.
All right. So go ahead and minus
I
the.
might have to get rid of these maces.
How many maces do you have?
7 still.
You want to sell them?
Maybe.
It's probably a good idea.
Yes. I mean, he has successfully juggled them. Their purpose is done.
Hey, Yark's gonna meet up. Wait, is Sinnoh here? Is Zim here? Sinnoh?
I don't believe so.
I guess not.
He still
Yeah, it
says
says
it's
he's
AFK.
AFK.
Now, where would I sell maces?
You can find like a pawn shop or like a blacksmith shop and manage to get a whole Galifar for each one.
Wow, that's a lot more than I thought. That's a lot.
I mean, you could probably see on the standard price board for some of these weapons that he sells them for like 10.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm getting hosed.
Yeah.
But do I argue this?
Might not be
No.
worth it. Yeah. All right, go ahead and
7 Galifars.
subtract these 7 maces and add 7 Galifars.
Wow. Getting rid of 7 maces that were 4 pounds each makes my load so much easier to bear. Who would
As
have
you're
imagined?
carrying it like on your shoulders. Did you make a custom item yet?
I've not.
Okay.
It's the bouncy medicine ball, yes.
It's a giant rubber ball.
Oh boy.
All right, and it is 50 pounds.
My God. Well, I'll put that weight in. Nope, that's 500. There we go.
There we go. All right. So,
I'm gonna practice my tricks on this expedition. I will wow the crowds eventually.
hell yeah.
Someday.
As you guys eventually meet up, you guys probably would have set up kind of a meeting point in time so that you guys can report to the college in time to make it. And as you guys step off the Sky Coach, who you are now a frequent user of, everyone just go ahead and minus 1 Galifar for you guys' transportation costs, as I assume you've been at least using the Sky Coach once or twice.
Dusty,
Yeah,
Furry's
pretty
gonna
much.
help it. Just to be ready to just dive down for Zerth.
Fair enough.
I don't know why you're looking at me. As intently look towards the edge.
How much do these Featherfall tokens cost, Father?
Not enough.
Wrong
Too
answer.
much.
Wrong.
I'm gonna actually look over the edge. Today will be the day.
Christ almighty.
No.
Give me a wisdom saving throw,
Yark is standing next to him.
please.
Are you?
You are sitting down, thankfully. As you look over the edge, your mind just subconsciously says, nope. Closes your eyes, and you sit up straight. And you try not to open your eyes. But you're kind of holding on to the bench seat on either side of you, so it's fairly easy to keep your balance.
My body knows better than I do.
You see that there are a handful of ropes kind of attached to the bench seating on the inside.
Okay, that's it. You're the son now. Okay, that's it.
Don't patronize me, boy. As he's gripping the bench with his eyes shut.
Okay, so real quick, you said you're using a new mic, Dusty. You're trying one out.
Yes.
Well, at least now we know that the whole echo thing isn't from the mic.
Yes.
All right. So, leisurely strolling your way through the university grounds, And I'm guessing you're already here.
Yeah.
All right. As well, yeah, okay. But you make your way to the curator's office, and heading on inside, you see that the curator himself is wearing some fairly robust looking expedition gear, an armored, kind of leather armored cuirass, as well as kind of what looks to be an oilcloth robe with a hood. So kind of weatherproof gear, along with a handful of various pouches containing necessary gear. He looks at you as you all enter. You don't see his assistant there. He says, "Oh, you're early. Perfect. I think the other attendants to the expedition should be arriving here shortly." Have you ever
Okay.
been down to the lower levels of the city before?
Once. I was
Once?
curious.
Ah, I
There's
see.
a lot of rats.
Oh yes, they're. You should probably stay out of the out of some of the place, especially if you see rubble or mats of material that look like grass or perhaps ants, but are actually giant insects or rats. It really is not a nice place to be.
Really? There's grass
yeah.
down there that's not actually grass.
Well, it was more of a metaphor. And as the door opens behind you, you see a handful of what look to be fairly late, or I'm trying to think of the word of. They look like seniors. They've been here a while, and they look fairly well prepared with their own sort of adventuring gear, but still having that the trademark kind of college or university look to them. They've got kind of a uniform underneath all of it. Hey, that was a StreamX or a ShareX screenshot. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Good program.
I love it.
And it's not, non-existent like Push used to be, or Push is, because rest in peace.
I mean, that's where mine are uploaded to. Push just uses ShareX now because, it's... Why make your
Better.
own program when ShareX is already existing and better?
I suppose that's true. All right, so curator does a little head count, looking down at a small clipboard. Basically, just checking that everyone is in fact here. As he looks up, he kind of claps his hands together and it says, "All right, our sky coach should be just outside. I assume all of you have everything ready. We should be gone for, at a minimum, 2 days, and we will have emergency rations available if you did not bring your own." As he looks over to the other students who are kind of nodding, he says, "Well, wonderful. We won't have to break out those bricks again after last time. Wonderful. Let's get going."
I don't know why, but I'm suddenly thinking of bread that's so hard to bite into because it's filled with everything.
Brick sounds heavy but nutritious.
Didn't we get like a few soft bricks?
Those are your MREs, yeah. Basically,
right.
very dense-looking ration packs, and the actual wrapper was a leaf or large sections of leaves, kind of grown over the contents.
Real quick, I did want to sell my old longbow.
Okay,
I normally
and
go
you could
for
manage to sell it
50.
for And your longbow is just a regular longbow.
Yeah. Well
Just
kept.
check his pack and discovers. Oh,
You
yeah.
could manage to
One
sell
weapon.
it for 35 Galifars, just no questions asked.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right.
Also, I wanted to pick up some rations.
All right. How much?
20.
How much are rations again?
20? I think it's 5 silver pieces a day.
Right.
I believe.
That'll give me
Yeah,
10 days
more
for me
Yep.
and a soda.
5 sovereigns. For each.
I would buy a bunch of cigars.
All right. What sort of quality?
I would say like medium high end.
Medium high end? 5 Galifars for each.
5. How much is the cheapest?
Cheapest ones you'd probably be looking at maybe a few silver pieces, probably 3 or 4 sovereigns.
Just gonna look towards the edge, not over the edge, towards the edge, and then it's like he's gonna take the cheapy ones.
All right, so 4 sovereigns each,
Okay.
and
So I would probably get-
I'd say each one's a pound.
all right. Okay, cool. I'll probably get like 10, and then I'll do the math.
Mhm. Oh, and one last thing before we head out. He kind of addresses you all as a group. Seeing as though this edition is at your behest, are you willing to serve as an armed escort? Just making sure that we don't need to pick up some guards on the way out.
I
I
can
can be your
serve as an armed
fair-handed escort.
Baron will be armed.
Yes, yes.
As the entire party screeches their answers at once.
I will take that as a yes. This route is fairly well traveled, so we shouldn't encounter much trouble until we get real deep. Anyways, onwards. As he starts leading you all out, fairly upbeat and chipper. Can I get everyone to roll a history check? If you want to, that is, because he's humming a particular song.
I don't know what music is.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. They all
All
they
right,
play is
so
top.
nobody.
Oh my god!
Get out of the way now.
All they do is play top 40 hits at work. So like that's all.
Fair enough.
Alright, guys, we're gonna need to just run as fast as we can if we get into any combat. I wonder if it's too late to tell them that they should pick up some guards.
No.
Well, you're getting all the bad
it'll be
rolls out of the
fine.
way.
Shut up.
Yes.
All right. The sky coach, or the small kind of skiff that you're brought to, is on a private university dock, and is a closed cabin. So kind of like a small, like a yacht maybe, but it's kind of beat up. It's clearly used quite a lot, and it contains the university's sigil on it. As you all get settled in, the caretaker brings out a handful of maps and hands them to you all, saying, "These are some copies of the maps we'll be following. Just stick close to them in case we get lost, and we should be fine." I'm sorry I couldn't get these to you earlier, but we just received them from the scribe's office just earlier today. As the skiff descends, going through the various layers of traffic in the towered city, you see out the little porthole one of these large holographic illusions advertising a nearby gambling establishment, promising payouts guaranteed and Galifars aplenty. As you guys continue to descend further and further, the light kind of grows darker. Even though it's midday, it's starting to look outside like it's fairly far into the evening. Until eventually, after about a few minutes of flying, almost exclusively downwards, the skiff kind of snakes into one of these kind of dark, dingy alleyways. You can see out the window there's a handful of scenes of just rubble. And can I get a perception check, please?
Dusty is very comfortable with yes.
It is not sound-based.
I know. I repeat, Dusty is very comfortable.
I'm too busy with my owl.
That's true. Rasmus at some point does say who.
What a good boy.
I try to who back. We are bonding.
Give me an animal handling check.
Hold on. Alligators probably don't have the most dexterous lips.
You try, and you kind of manage to make the same kind of vocal sounds, but it lacks that kind of a timbre and quality that you really need to emulate it. Yeah. But you feel like you're bonding.
Father, you're
as much as a giant alligator can with an owl. And it's really hard to tell because, owls are not very compassionate. Kind of assholes. This one's already bit you a few times.
It's just love pecks.
Dusty narrows his eyes. This is a bad son.
He's the bestest boys.
Sure. I will not compete with a bird.
All right. Dusty and DeSoto would be the only ones to see this out the window. But you guys would see a kind of a phosphorescent, ghostly visage kind of peering out from one of the destroyed beams.
Fireflies?
What a
Before
beautiful
just kind of
statement,
disappearing.
Dova.
What?
I said, what a beautiful...
Well, thank you.
He looks back and says, "This isn't haunted, right?"
Oh, this place is actually haunted. I forgot to tell you. I kind of assumed since that's my mistake. My mistake. This
Maybe
is.
it's come out of the Mournland, so it's not that big a surprise.
Oh, I suppose not. Let me see. Need to look at the map real quick.
Dusty then looks back at the soda, remembering he died there, and says, "Oh." Yes, we all came back from the Mournland.
Yeah, I do apologize, but this district is called Fallen, and at some point during the last war, one of the crystal towers, the crystal tower, in fact, from the Skyway was collapsed by terrorists and it crashed down here. And as you guys look outside a little bit more, you can see bits of like shards of crystal sticking out of these ruined blocks. The tower's still kind of standing around you, but these large swathes of destruction kind of lining the interior of these alleyways and streets.
Man, I bet you could make something really pretty with all them crystals.
Oh, I think a few establishments make use of them, but It's not very much good luck to have any shards in the home.
Really? They're
Yes.
so pretty and crystal.
I beg to differ. It's the moral aspect of it. Anyways, as the skiff starts to slow to a halt, you guys are dropped off, kind of in front of a giant, almost like a flat face of weathered and cracked stone. Looking up, it's the base of one of these giant towers, but kind of built into the wall in front of you is a rather small looking doorway. The door itself banded, reinforced iron with wooden slats. The curator stands up, kind of making sure his equipment is all there before opening the door and heading out. As he says, "This is our stop, everyone. I advise we move a little bit quickly before we end up looking like a juicy target."
Oh, I mean, how dangerous is this area?
Well, the Sharn Watch really doesn't come down here, and the goblin population is quite fond of muggings and robbery. So, but we are in a fairly large group.
Goblins.
Either way, we should not dilly-dally as the rest of the students kind of hop off, standing next to him, kind of looking curiously around.
All right, Anoon just follows up with them.
Yeah, I'll take up the
in
reel.
case.
All right. Go ahead and go into the. I believe you guys can edit the marching order in the party sheet, and then just leave empty spots where the curator and his students would go.
I know Anoon is curator.
Sorry, you cut out in the middle there.
All right, so here's the curator. Good.
All right, right in the front.
Child. It's an adult. Let's.
All right. Everyone satisfied with that one?
Looks good to me.
I like the hat. Yeah, you're really going all in on that.
Maybe there's more minions around out here. Anoon is just staying by. He's letting them lead. There's no reason why.
Can't wait to punch some ghosts.
Yeah.
I guess I'll walk alongside the curator. Make sure he doesn't. Like we're escorting them, right? Shouldn't we be near the front?
It's kind of up for you guys to decide, but he does kind of motion for at least one of you to be near the front with him.
I'm over there, but anyone else can also join me.
I'll do it.
I'm DPS, so I'm right where I need to be. There needs to be a few more people in front of me.
Dusty goes to the front. All right.
Senna will stay behind. Back here, you know. Right about there. So Dusty goes to the front. And then Zerth, well, Zerth just falls off. He's just way over there.
No, he's not. Well, he's like on the ground right now. So we're just looking in the. If you open up the party sheet, so on the far right, yep,
He still
in
manages
order.
to fall off.
I look over the edge of a pebble. I get dizzy.
And off to the side, there's Blue.
He's in the bag.
He's AFK at the moment.
Yeah,
And
he's
this
a
is
little
in
bit
the
AFK.
Far corner.
Who?
All right. Where'd you put him? No, bring him
Bottom
back.
right.
All right. So, could I please, as you guys descend in, the faint scent of mildew, and kind of filling your nostrils and pervading the very claustrophobic space, as even though the tower above you is massive, it seems that there's very little internal space to account for the rather large amount of structural reinforcement that there needs to be to support a tower this large. There's a handful of hallways that lead off in different directions, but the tunnel in front of you kind of descends further and further. The walls of the tunnel are very cleanly made, not magical or anything, but the chiseling is fairly clean and neat. The ground itself is kind of a cobblestone bricks, so a decent amount of a grip, even though it is slightly slimy with moisture and mold. And this goes on for quite a while. The curator in front is holding an ever-bright lantern, and the students themselves. The first one is a human male, kind of wiry looking. The second is a female dwarf. Looks to be about the same weight as the human, even though she's quite a bit shorter, at least 2 heads shorter. And then the last one. Go ahead and everybody give me, because he looks like a human. But everybody give me a
Insight, investigation, perception.
Intelligence.
It really depends.
It depends on the approach.
I'm trying to think of exactly what this would fall under.
Is he a changeling?
All right, chat.
I'll say you would not know that yet.
Post your guess in chat. What skill does this go under?
I guess insight.
Insight's probably a good one. This would be more either nature or history. Or arcana. So yeah, nature, history, or arcana.
Nice.
I'm really good at one of those.
I thought these are supposed to get better.
All right. So DC was at 10. So thankfully everyone, almost everyone passed. Everyone except Dusty, you guys would know that he is a Kalishtar.
What?
A Kalishtar is basically a humanoid, basically a human body, but kind of sharing their mind with kind of a dream being from a different plane.
Okay.
It sounds a lot more crazy and wild than it actually is, but it gives the Kalishtar people quite a few quirks when it comes to dreams, and gives them a little bit of psychic power. Not too much.
I'm Zerth is just giving him the side eye.
He's kind of glances in your direction every once in a while, but really doesn't share any malicious glances as you guys continue further and further down. The curator up front is spouting off various trivia about the tower itself, when it was made, the construction techniques, and every so often stops and reads one of the various bits of graffiti on the wall. As a lot of the graffiti around here is actually very old, you learn. Some of it dating back to the original construction of this tower hundreds of years ago.
Noon wants to know more facts.
All right, you basically become one of the students, kind of absorbing everything he's saying, and eventually you start answering some of his questions as he asks them. But you continue on deeper and deeper, and about 2 hours of kind of not really meandering, but definitely less, not as quickly as you could be going. You guys kind of consult your maps a little
Dusty,
bit.
would you check your PM, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
And continuing downwards, about 2 hours pass as you find yourself in a kind of a rather long section of what looks to be a bit of the Sharn sewer system kind of flowing through. And can I get perception checks from everybody?
Sure. Hot damn.
I saw it.
Okay, so now our combat's going to be terrible. Got it.
Noon finally opened his eyes.
All right, so everybody except for Yark. You guys would hear the faint sounds of conversation just up ahead. Does anyone know how to speak Goblin?
I don't think Goblin is part of my. Nope, not Goblin.
All right.
I don't know if anyone speaks Goblin.
Unless
Okay.
it sounds
Okay.
close to Gator.
I'll cast comprehend languages.
All right. How loudly do you do that?
Hang on. Sinnel knows
You're trying
Goblin.
to. Oh, you know Goblin?
Yes.
Well, hey. All right. As you listen in, you're. It's been quite a while since you've listened to actual Goblin, and this kind of undercity accent and dialect is a little bit hard to understand at first. But once you get the tempo down, you're able to understand. There's an argument ongoing about which of the workers accidentally poisoned this cycle's crops, and a few threats are thrown around, but it appears they're kind of focused on themselves at the moment. And the curator, who didn't really seem to hear it, notices you guys kind of pointing and looking very concerned around the corner, and eventually he looks, and you can see up ahead in kind of this caved out section of the wall. There's kind of a light coming, a flickering orange light, likely from a campfire, and you can see these moving shapes, the shadows dancing across the opposite kind of moss covered wall. He looks and he kind of whispers, saying, I think they're a bit preoccupied at the moment. If we're nice and quiet, I think we can slip right past them without them getting too peeved. Or we could let them know that we're passing by. It's really a toss-up with some of the occupants down here.
Which would be better not to have a confrontation.
It would be very much more healthy to not have to get into a fight. it also might be worth it to just bribe them to let us pass.
Mm,
Though I'll leave that up to you, as you are the specialists in combat, that is. To
Bribe them
appraise
for
the
their
situation.
lives.
What?
Huh?
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, he was kind of leaning over to Zerth and said, "Oh, we can bargain for their lives, bribe them with their lives."
true. And I'm a very, very people person.
I think just crouch over there. I can say knock knock with a fireball, and then oh yeah,
Oh, more fire.
Yes. I say we go introduce ourselves and let them know we're at least here. It can't hurt.
yeah. All right.
Well, I guess we're punching goblins. Stay right here, sirs.
Dusty, we only punch if they punch back first. Negotiations first, violence later.
I will look forward to inevitable punching.
Just prepare your fists of fury.
Okay.
Need Sinel to talk to them.
Why do I have to do all the work?
Because you picked goblin as the language.
It's true.
Does that? That's your own fault.
Sinnoh will approach cautiously, speaking in Goblin. Hello!
You hear the clatter of various pots and pans and metal instruments.
We come
Basically.
in peace.
Who is that? He says in Goblin.
We are just an expedition from the city above. We are just passing through.
There's quite a bit of silence. And the voice returns. You can hear a little bit of the kind of scuff of shoes against the stone floor. There's a little bit of dirt on the stone floor. As he says, "Oh, you want to pass through? There is a toll. How many of you are there?"
Hey, we just have the two boys. All right. And found your troll toll. Toll.
Settle down.
How many researchers are with us?
Yeah.
There's 4 from the university, so the curator and the 3 students.
So
Counting.
And this is still in Goblin, so Sinnoh is the only one who's able to understand, unless you cast the spell, Inun.
No, I
You
don't.
just
I
still
just
go with
have my mind is conjuring images of a short, fat guy.
We're getting
Doesn't
close to
understand why.
we're getting close to a metastatic discharge here.
probably there's 9 of us total if we count Deso.
Mhm.
There are 9 of us. But I assure you, we will not be paying a toll.
Nine of you, eh? Well, there's 10 of us, and you'll pay the toll, or else we'll. You can hear a little bit of whispering.
Sinnoh will,
We'll beat you into a pulp. All 10 of us. 11 of us.
Have you ever been to the Mournlands?
I probably don't even know what that is.
Probably not, but you
Oh
know.
my fucking god.
I got a
He
plan.
says, no, but you should go back there if you don't pay the toll.
Well,
I'll
you
loan
see,
your lands.
the Mournlands are a desolate place, ravaged by magic, and now little exists there but the living dead. We have traveled through there, come back alive. We have killed countless monsters on our journeys. We're just looking for a simple expedition here, and we'd really rather not kill you. So if
ahead and give
you'd
me
like to, if you'd really like to try your luck against us, that's up to you.
Go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
Then again, I do have a new bow that I'd love to try out, so... Oh crap, I have no bonus in intimidation.
Oh boy.
Can I do persuasion?
Negative, sir. This is intimidation.
That
You are being deliberately hostile.
You're trying to act big and tough.
Oh yeah,
so
good
that's
idea.
intimidation.
I'd like to pull Zerth over with me. Can I get a bonus on intimidation?
Zerth can hiss angry.
First, what are you guys' passive perceptions?
13.
A lot.
13.
13.
Is this Steno?
15.
I mean, just
15.
Zerth's mask is supposed to do give an intimidation bonus.
I assume you'd be putting that on as soon as you get down here.
Oh yeah, it was. He probably put it on halfway through the ride because he's not technically in this. Well, he is, but he's not technically in the city anymore. So he put it on.
All right. So first, the tunnel that you're in is kind of the standard kind of sewer arrangement with these sidewalks on either side of the flowing river. And the sidewalks are only really big enough for one person to fit on at a time. You can kind of squeeze by each other, but otherwise it's fairly kind of narrow. Or you can go down into the water.
How deep's the water?
Maybe up to your ankles.
I can go in the water. I'm very adept in water.
Yeah, but it's sewer water.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm a gator.
All right, and as you step into the water, you take a few kind of confident steps forward, and you manage to fail to notice the tripwire. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Good luck.
All right. You kind of step forward, and you feel a slight tug against your ankle, as a very thin wire set down into the actual stream itself is triggered. And you kind of look around for a sec. Nothing kind of happens. And you look over at Sinel, just to kind of see what he sees. And you would see this coming, Sinel, but a gigantic log kind of suspended up in the recesses of the tunnel, almost impossible to see when it's like still, as it was covered in like a kind of a tarp, the same color as the roof, swings down on a pendulum and just slams into Zerth, catching him completely off guard and flinging him backwards. You're going to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. You are knocked 10 feet back and are prone. As you are flung back into the water. You can hear the goblin voice inside. Also, what was your intimidation check, Sinel?
I didn't make it. I was waiting to see if I'd get advantage from Zerth.
Oh, probably not anymore.
Yeah.
As you
that's what I'm
hear,
thinking.
two distinct voices laughing and cackling just around the corner.
Well,
That was
guess
only
we're
one of
fighting.
us. You can't hope to beat 12 of us.
You said there were 10 of you before.
I said there were 12.
No, you definitely said there were 10. But alright, let's fight if you really want to. We're not paying a toll, though.
All right, give me another intimidation check. Oh, hold on. A reasonable price, toll. Only
No.
7 shiny coins.
Shiny coins, you say?
This is in
Better
Goblin.
polish up some crowns.
Can you speak Dusty? Or can you speak Goblin, Dusty? Can you speak Dusty?
I don't think any of us speak Dusty.
I don't
Yeah,
think
that's probably
Dusty
fair.
speaks Dusty.
But he's getting pretty riled up. These negotiations better wrap up pretty soon before he starts marching in there.
Bubble,
Considering
bubble.
a log just hit his father. Considering.
You know what? 7 shiny coins isn't much.
You know, a few of us have some shiny coins that aren't of this world, so giving it to them would be like giving them nothing.
Well, I don't think Sinel knows that. And besides, I mean, they just said shiny coins. I can just give them crowns.
Alright.
Wait, did we ever... I have 11 fake coins. I don't remember what these are.
Those were from the other campaign.
I'm gonna nudge.
Well, here's the thing
You
is,
don't
none of
know
us
what they're
know
saying!
yet.
Well, clearly they want money.
That's I guess that's a fair assumption. But you don't know that they're asking for a toll.
Well, he did say bribe. I'm not giving them a specific amount. I was just gonna give them all 11. I'm gonna nudge Sinel on the leg and hold up the 11 coins, just barely out of the goblin's to Sinel to use, not to the goblins.
Okay.
What is it, Yark?
I say use these. I don't know how much they're asking for, but this is all I got. And I give them.
Okay. Sinel will shrug. Alright, in the interest of peace, I suppose we will give you 7 shiny coins.
You'd hear a little bit of chatter. This is good. We will let you through. But be warned. All 13 of us will not hesitate to hurt you bad in case you try to...
You know, if you
Try
keep
anything
lying about how many of you there are, I will just wipe you all out.
Just send in the bat. And there will be 0.
There's a little pause as he says, "That's fair." And you hear the
Oh, hey! I've got 7 bottle caps!
you hear the steady shuffle of shoes on stone and kind of dirt as from around the corner walks a very confident-looking goblin. He's currently wearing some sort of hobbled-together alchemy clothing, with a full-on goggles and a splash apron.
You're gonna say, I
He
like his
looks at you.
style.
He kind of just holds out his hand.
Sinnoh will give him 7 of those coins and hand the rest back to Yark.
All right, he kind of rubs one on his apron, looking at it, and turns it over and nods. Puts them all in his pocket and confidently walks back into his little hidey hole. As he looks towards the rather soggy looking gator, the log still slightly swinging, looks at it proudly, and he says, "There is another tripwire on the way out."
Thank you very much.
As he walks back in.
Can we kill them next time?
I mean, you can still kill them.
Might be 14 of them. If we don't kill them now, they'll keep multiplying.
Shit,
I thought there
that's
was
true.
I thought there were 16.
I thought they were dinner.
No, I'm good. Just not dealing with them. Period.
All right, moving on.
Zerth's gonna get up out of the water, just kind of shake himself out, and just kind of walk. As the group is just walking past, he's gonna hiss that. And just glare.
All right. As you guys make your way past, as you pass by the kind of hole in the wall, you smell a very caustic odor. It smells like industrial solvents and various very harsh chemicals, and acids and weird stuff. But the actual entryway is fairly nondescript and doesn't contain any of the equipment. It might just be behind one of the curtains in the room as you pass by. Go ahead and everybody give me a perception check with advantage. This is to see the second tripwire that he warned Sinnoh about.
I'm on to them, little bastards.
All right, I need one from. No, I got everyone. All right, so everyone would see it as you walk past. It's colored the same kind of dark gray as the rest of the bricks around it, but it's a fairly thick wire stretched across the almost the entire hallway. Sorry.
I think that's background noise coming from Digi.
Ah. All right. As you continue onwards. Can I get a D20 from somebody? I said D20, not 3. You fiends.
Well, does mean 3. A few languages, actually.
All right. As you continue onwards, about another hour passes. You guys are starting to get a little bit tired, and the curator is saying, "I believe that there's a clean room up here that was used as a rest point earlier in the earlier expedition, so we should be able to stop there, providing it has been repurposed."
Sounds good to me.
This time of noon is gonna go inside that tent for the first time.
All right. You haven't made it there quite yet.
Oh, okay. My bad. Sorry.
Problem. All right. So, As you guys are making your way down one of these hallways, these large kind of hallways, there's large tubes that are just shooting foul water into the river as it passes by. And far up ahead, the ever bright lantern with the kind of lens on it, illuminating it quite well. You see one of the tubes suddenly stop, or kind of gurgle to a stop, and these tubes are about 5-6 feet wide. Before very slowly and gently just disgorging this large mass of slime. The curator says, "Let's turn the other way. This is one of the cleansing slimes. It's best not to be in their way." As the disgorged slime starts to fill the entire passageway, basically slowly advancing towards you.
A slime, you say?
As you guys are turning the other way,
No, guys, come back here. I want a hug. I'm so alone down here, man.
eat your
I was
sand
talking
cakes.
to myself, and I was like muted, and I'm like, shit.
Settle down, okay? Because on the other side, as you guys are walking away from it, one of the tubes stops and again starts to disgorge a rather large, kind of dirty gray slime. Same color as the other one.
Oh, what's up,
And as
man?
it
We're
blocks
having
the
a
passage
party?
in the other direction, the curator kind of looks at that one, turns and looks at the other one about 100 feet to the other side, and slowly advancing, just kind of turns to you and says, "I believe we may need to punch a hole out of here."
Is this a normal tactic of these things?
It's fairly random. They don't really think of these things, so it's something that we may have to prepare for. You
What happens if two slimes smacked against?
I've
You're talking
kind of
about
just
doing
combine.
the gelatinous jumbo?
Ooh.
And go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Dova, that would be metagaming.
Exactly. This is a metastatic discharge.
I'm just
As you
giving
take 5 points of
these characters
psychic
that you
damage.
made and giving them voice.
Is that
helping
Inu's
to
voice
give-
now?
No. How much damage did I take?
You took 5
5?
points of psychic damage.
Sorry, Dad. Punch in a hole.
Yes. So we'll go ahead and roll initiative, just to have a place on the tracker.
Oh boy.
I'm so well at that.
I like that. The meat mad voice. All right, let's do this.
All right. So, I do have a map. It's pretty crappy, but it's a map.
Alright.
Sleep. Oh, this is a big map. Sorry, let's resize this.
Tall map.
Oops. Very tall. Long man. Keep pressing the question mark next to the X on these windows, and it keeps opening up a browser. Which kind of makes me a little bit angry.
Kind of sounds like a you problem.
All right, sir.
You've been bullying me all night, Dova.
That's true. So I'll accept that.
Fair enough. Got me, my good sir. I am a dick.
All right. So we've got Dusty in the front. Oh, I almost had this right. Almost got it. I don't know where the stat block went. Do. That is a stunning initiative. Right. Need to unmask a little bit more real estate here. All right. I believe we can start.
Yes.
Yes. Actually, I have to go to the bathroom like real bad, so I can be back in like 2 minutes. If you guys want to get back in the seat and figure out exactly what you guys have.
So
I'm
we're...
gonna go grab a drink real quick.
Okay, sorry, I got a call for an order I placed and had to answer it. What did I miss?
We're on a map. We're in turn order, and I don't remember. Are we walking away hastily from this thing, or are we gonna kill it? It's one of the cleaning slimes, so we can probably leave it.
We're blocked in right now.
We are.
One on each side. There's one further ahead of Dusty.
There's a path over to the down here.
Could have sworn he said there was a third one of these. Got boxed in, and that's why the guys are like, we need to punch a hole through this. Yes, this is Fantasy Grounds.
So there is. So
I'm
which
such
one
a
are we killing?
thriftful guy that I have an old like jelly jar, and I use that for my drinks.
Okay.
All right, so Dusty, you are up first as the with kind of a wet splorching sound. The gelatinous cubes on either side are slowly approaching.
Is there a third one?
Hmm. Now, I could release my own cube, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
I can beat them, dude. You can count on me. Open the
Meatwad.
flask.
Stop it.
I just choked on.
Probably a really bad idea, actually, if they just combine, because I don't know if mine will win. 'Cause I don't. Also, it's kind of big already, isn't it?
Yeah, you're not sure it even fit.
Well,
It might
this-
just become a little bit long in these tunnels.
I don't. Dang it, and I sold my maces. Right when I need expendable weapons. What do I do? There's nothing to the right of us, right? It's a solid wall.
There's one of those large pipes disgorging wastewater into the river next to you. It is
Yeah.
currently running.
Okay. What is that path in front of Zerth to the left?
It's a wall.
Oh.
It's something else on the actual map, but for this
Okay.
encounter, it is a wall. It's basically just a straight stretch of path that you guys are in at the moment.
You know, it's maybe not the best idea, but Dusty is going to let out his ooze in front of him, and then tell it to smack the other ooze, not eat it.
All right. I don't remember if I don't think the flask has an exact gelatinous cube assigned to it, so I'll just create another one.
Okay. I know that it is intelligent enough to have orders, and eventually Dusty's going to try to, well, do Dusty things. He's going to make it a pet. He's already named it Pudding, after all.
Yeah.
Pudding, go smack that cube.
That's the sound it makes as it
Yeah,
slowly
Pudding.
starts to amble off.
Good job, Pudding. I will not leave you ever again.
All right. So, is that going to be your turn? As I believe that's an action to splort him out.
Yes, it is. It is using an item.
All right. Would you like to do anything else, or is that your turn?
That will be my turn.
Hey,
Alright.
perfect time for.
I apologize, sir. I pressed the next button.
What a great time for my mouse to die.
Hell yeah.
Now, can I see the other slime behind the Dusties? Or is it completely...
When's the last time you fed your slime, Dusty? I assume you'd probably be throwing just random crap into the bottle from time to time.
He also had quite probably a big meal in the morning. Like,
That's true. He would be fairly cloudy. So you really wouldn't be able to see past it at the moment.
and it's blocking my vision, essentially.
Yeah. And it would be cloudy and kind of fed enough that you would not actually be able to see number 3. So that one, you can't actually see. But the one to the south, you definitely can.
In that case, I'm going to shoot a firebolt at that one.
All right. Go
Start
ahead and
with something
roll.
It's 16, right?
Yeah.
This is much harder without a mouse.
Oh, no, wait. 16 is pudding.
Gosh darn it. So it's 7 then.
Yeah, that'd be 7. It would still hit, though.
GC South.
All right. That's a band name. Has to be. That's a rapper name, I think. GC South.
All right, cool. That's my turn.
All right.
I'm also going to move.
Very well. T-Sinel. That's a rapper name.
Yo, 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 it's
Timmy.
T-Siddle in the house here, buds. Let's get this
Yes,
battle
sir.
on right on and kick some gelatinous booty.
It could also be a radio talk show
Man
name.
in there.
Shit, that's true.
Welcome to T Cine and the Dog.
Row, row, row.
No.
That's the sound clip they play.
That's
Just
my dog.
no.
All right, Siddle, what are you doing?
Oh, did that other slime just go away?
No, you can't really see it.
Oh.
Pudding is well fed and very opaque. He thick.
Sure enough. Another question then.
Right now I'm trying to figure out what happened to all my arrows.
Did you sell them all?
No, in
You do
fact,
have
I
arrows,
bought
right?
more. I'm guessing
Oh,
that
maybe I think your arrows were linked to your bow. So when you sold the
Yeah.
bow, you also dropped the arrows.
I know I had some left over from the original set of 20, and then I got some more for another 20. Does
Go ahead and just
30
add-
sound good?
Yeah, go ahead and add 35. That
All
sounds
right.
about. Yeah, 30 sounds about right.
I was gonna ask, do you have any unbreakable arrows? Because those are
No.
common magic items. You can certainly buy them.
Alright, so he's gonna unfold his new longbow. Kind of hoping it's like a button press kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like the kind of like the Hawkeye where you
Awesome.
and I assume you would definitely be withdrawing this, as it would take an action to unfold it. But you'd be unfolding it before trouble
Yeah.
started appearing. As soon as you saw that first one,
Yeah.
it like clicks open, and there's this like whirring, kind of whining sound as the magic inside tightens the bowstring.
Sweet. Pew pew!
All right, that's gonna hit.
Oh, I forgot
ahead
the
and
hunter's
roll.
mark.
Damage.
And
Is
DeSoda
Hunter's Mark
isn't...
a bonus action?
It is.
Okay.
But I didn't do it before the attack, so... I keep forgetting
Fair enough.
that.
You're being honest.
Yeah. Well, that's it for him.
All right. As the arrow fires in, it appears that there's just a little bit, kind of like a effervescent sizzling when the arrow hits, possibly due to the magic in the bow. But it definitely seems to do more than what you think a normal arrow would do. All right. Inun. If you're trying to talk, you're muted.
I was waiting. I'm gonna go with the good one. I'm gonna do Scorching Ray on the southern one.
All right. Go ahead and order to attack. I believe that's 2 attacks at this level.
3.
All right. Hit. It's hard to miss. Hit. Hit. 8, 4, 5, 6. Look at that.
Wait, so how many hits? All of them?
3. So they would all hit. All right. 18 points of fire damage as a large kind of crater of it is almost scooped out by the intense flames. It like melts and dissolves into the rushing waters beneath it. The water, which by the way is kind of building up in front of it, kind of like a bow wave. Because it's kind of sealing off the entire chamber. All right, Zerth. It is your turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I believe it's
Okay.
your turn.
Mm,
What are you doing against the large slime?
I was always a fan of Jello.
You gonna eat it?
I'm not gonna lie, the thought did cross my scaly mind.
Father, you've seen mine. You know better. I know better.
He's not that rambunctious. He is gonna cast Shatter on the one in front of him.
All right. And that's a what kind of save is that from him?
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, he's good at those.
Ooh.
That's an 8. I'm guessing that doesn't succeed.
No, just a little bit.
All right.
Did that work?
Wait. Well, it did work. So
Oh no, I was trying to roll damage on it. It wasn't.
no, I did not see it go on the board. So try again, maybe.
There
That
we
went
go.
on. Ooh, that's big damage. As it jiggles and resonates dangerously, flinging bits of it kind of all over the place.
Let's see. What spell slot was that? Number 2. Alright, and he's gonna go up to it and smack it with his hammer.
All right. Go ahead and roll to attack. It does look very discombobulated. Go ahead and roll damage. All right. As it smashes into it, is that a magic weapon?
He did get that amber bug infused into it. I don't know what that did to it, if anything.
I do not believe it did anything either.
Okay.
However, your weapon does not seem to actually be damaged by it. Maybe it's just because it's so diluted by the water. But it does seem to be very. It's almost about to just kind of splorch apart.
Sounds like smacking refrigerated gravy with the spoon.
Pretty much. Doesn't smell nearly as good, though.
No, rotten gravy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the end of his turn.
All right. It is going to be the gelatinous cubes. Oh no, it's going to be DeSoto's turn first. Never mind. Sinnoh? Sinnoh.
Poor boy. He has died.
Apparently.
He'd probably firebolt it, if I had to guess.
Sinnoh.
Oh. Poor Zerth.
Poor.
Smack dialogue. Thank you, Power Stone.
I'm excited. Is there new art?
That face is the accurate representation of as wood hits his scaly face.
Nothing in the city likes you, Zerth. Not the heights, and not the under, and not the ground either.
I will be surprised if I am able to leave this town alive at this point.
Amazing.
Sorry, Final Fantasy. Where the heck did Sinel go?
Okay,
Maybe he
sorry
went to
about
the
that.
bathroom. Oh, there you are.
DeSoto is just hanging back. After the last experience, Sinel is definitely not going to let DeSoto anywhere near these things.
All right. That's fair enough. All right, it's the one to the north's turn.
The one on the north isn't actually on the sheet.
It is not, because none of you can actually see him through the very well-fed pudding.
Oh, right.
As it, but you definitely see it, as pudding definitely impacts into another slime. And in fact, since they both go on the same initiative, they'd probably advance a little further before slamming into each other. Alright, I gotta think. I gotta do a seriously big think right here. So for each of them, they can engulf whatever they run into or whatever runs into them. Both of them can.
Yes, but one's more dense than the other. It's not watered down.
That's true. Alright, I've got two outcomes in mind. Somebody give me a... Actually, I'm going to roll a D100 and somebody say high or low. So above 50 or less than 50.
I've
Hi.
been nailing it on the roll.
Alright. As it, as they slam into each other, not actually absorbing, but definitely kind of sizzling right at the edge, you can see and kind of hear it.
Go pudding!
Let's see. Alright, they both fail their dex save.
Uh-oh. Go pudding!
So they're both restrained by each other and are both continuously taking damage. So... it's like sumo wrestling.
Dusty just waves off the rest of the party. Don't worry, I got this, he's the best, Don't even worry about it.
Alright, so... Alright, you succeed on the dex saving throw, so you can choose to be... pushed 5 feet back as the slime approaches. If you would like. Zerth.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, I don't know what was going on. Yeah, I can be pushed back by 5 feet.
Alright. It is going to try to engulf you, but you kind of use your shield as kind of a plank, as just a push off of it. As you prevent yourself from being engulfed.
Nice.
Blue cannot go for obvious reasons.
Yeah, we did.
Dusty.
He's on vacation.
he's at the farm.
Yep. Here I am.
Hi.
Dusty's not really sure what to do. It's like a trainer battle. He sent his pet out, and that's the most he can do for this situation.
I mean, you can forego your turn, basically observing, or you can hold an action in case something happens.
It's probably fine, but I guess he would feel a little worried and just like have the flask at the ready just in case pudding
Goes
doesn't
haywire.
pudding. Well, no. He doesn't think pudding will go haywire. It's just like if pudding starts to lose pretty badly, then he'll withdraw pudding. He's not gonna lose his pudding.
All right. Yerk.
How strange for him to trust something mindless.
Yes, hello.
It is your turn.
Oh, I was muted. There isn't a whole lot to be done, so I guess we'll just shoot another firebolt at the one south.
All right.
At GC South.
That hits.
Oh, hold on. I have pack tactics. I want to see if I can. I don't.
It's probably best that we ignore that one.
There we go. And that's my.
All right. Go to the next one if you like.
While
Sinnoh, your
DeSoto won't do anything, Sinnoh definitely can.
All right.
Man.
That's still gonna hit. You guys are rolling
Oh, yay!
very poorly.
Ah, I forgot. Well, it doesn't matter because it's dead now, but...
As the magical force, very faint magical force holding it together, rapidly dissipates, almost exploding, as bits of this gelatinous liquid are just shot through the interior of the tunnel. And by the way, it was absorbing and filtering sewage like the whole time, so doesn't smell great. Inun.
Gross. He is small hallway with enemies he can see because pudding is.
You're fading in and out.
Is it better?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's in a small hallway with no enemies in sight. So he's gonna try getting closer to Zerth. And is there actually a corner here or no?
It would be a corner, yeah.
He wants to try peeking around the corner.
All right. Peeking around the corner. Go ahead and give me a perception check. You wouldn't happen to see any more hostile actors, but you do happen to see a kind of a bit of a ways down. There is, in fact, a small door leading off to the side. It's fairly well kind of flush with the side of the tunnel, and you figure that's probably the safe room. Is that going to be your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Is Earth. If you're trying to talk, you're muted. Is Earth?
Where is everyone today?
Oh, he
I don't know what's going on.
posted in chat, Discord crashed.
Oh,
I see.
I think that was the same time that my stream died too. It's connected, obviously. I like how he said it in Infernal too.
Yeah, that's why I was
Yeah.
looking at it and I go, I don't know what that is.
I'm surprised. I guess that's one of the languages I actually know. By the way, I'm liking a lot of these options on the class features.
It's pretty dang cool.
Like the
Hey, Zerg, are you
druidic
here?
warrior. I like the sounds of that.
Hello?
Hey,
I live. I have the stream playing in the background, so I didn't even know I was disconnected and it crashed.
All right, it's your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, the slime in front of you is dead.
Awesome. Can I move past, like, through my buddies?
Yeah, it will be difficult terrain. Just because you gotta have to squeeze by him at half speed, or you could go through the water.
I'm very quadist, so I'm gonna go through the water.
All right, then you can move at your full speed. It's again like ankle to calf depth.
That's slime. Oh, that's pudding. I don't
Yep.
want to attack pudding.
It's currently facing off with the other one.
Oh, I don't see the other one on there.
You
It's
can't pudding.
yeah.
Not very well. Pudding is too dense.
It's too
Okay,
well
so
fed.
I can't target it.
No.
I'd hit pudding.
Don't even worry about it. Pudding's gonna win.
I'm just gonna hoot to my owl.
Where is your owl, by the way?
He is currently perched on my shoulder.
All right, he's very unsure about the current situation. And you can
hoot
tell that he
reinsurance.
wants to fly away.
You're stuck with me now, bird.
It hoots nervously.
I'm gonna hold. Actually, I'm gonna take the dodge action just in case,
All right,
and then that'll be the end of my turn.
very well. DeSota, I'm guessing, is not going to be doing very much.
Correct.
All right. Gelatinous cube fight time. And they're sizzling. There's a bubbling kind of acid burning sound. I think it's still got the effect going. Yeah, both of them have the effect still going.
It's the glorp of the century.
It is.
Haha, you foolish slime think you can
Alright.
outmatch my well-bred and taken care of slime. Ooh.
That was a big hit. Oh my god. I have not seen a roll above like 10. But it's still hitting. Alright.
Is a victor imminent? Or...
It's hard to tell.
Ah, jeez.
But it's your turn.
Anxious. But he's not sure what to do about the situation. How high are the tunnels?
They're about 10 feet or so high. Actually, they'd be about 10 feet high. But pudding is taking up the entire tunnel. Like, he's touching the edges.
No, sir, I don't like it. I want to believe in pudding. I do, but... guys, should I pull him back?
What would your character say?
That may be a good idea.
Seconded.
You did great, pudding. Thank you very much. Come back. I'll find something to feed you.
Pudding, return.
Yes, pudding, come back.
Meow.
Alright, I believe it's a wisdom saving throw.
If he doesn't want to.
Well, let's find out if he wants to. Also, I don't know if he actually can succeed.
Can
How
he
long
even
until-
want?
How long until pudding's awakened?
He does not succeed.
Back in the flask.
All right, he is now back in the flask. And he was at about half health.
Thus, he's a cautious owner. Soon he'll learn how well his slime is, and with
The other slime is he's there.
he's not looking much better than Pudding, is he?
He's looking a little bit better.
Oh,
If you had to guess, you could probably guess that this one was winning just a bit. But honestly, it's two slimes just kind of shoved up against each other, so it's really hard to tell anyways.
Dusty narrows eyes said, "Don't get cocky about this. Pudding just doesn't have battle experience against things like you. You're on your home turf anyway, so bleh."
It
And he
absorbs your
withdraws.
words without responding. All right.
Well, used item, withdraw.
Dusty. I'm sorry.
Got it.
Yark. That's the name of
Thank
the
you.
character. It's just all the same character, really.
All right. Since I don't want to get too close to this thing at all, I'm gonna shoot more firebolts.
All right.
GC North.
Hits.
Why do I have advantage?
That's a great question. You would have hit it either way.
Okay, great. These things have like 3 AC.
Yeah, it's pretty garbo.
Next turn.
It's like trying to
Right.
hit the broadside of a barn.
Basically. As long as you don't hit the walls of the tunnel, you can't hit miss.
How tall is the ceiling in here?
10 feet. It's kind of the archway sort of ceiling, so it's rounded at the top.
Well, Sinnoh's gonna climb up the wall just to get above the heads of everybody else and shoot at it.
All right.
Hunter's mark. Yeah, hunter's mark on it. Even though it's already almost dead.
Mm-hmm.
That thing's 10 feet by 10 feet, right?
Correct.
By 10 feet, I guess.
Yeah, it's a cube.
So, no bonus, so no advantage from heights, but that's okay. Wait, why did it
Alright,
roll with advantage anyways?
I don't know. It hits. I don't think it's
What's-
possible for you guys to miss. What is its AC?
What's giving him advantage? What is he doing that's giving us advantage?
I don't know. But the AC is 6, by the way.
Okay, I know that my ADV is not activated, so... Why? That is
Oh, it's
really weird.
restrained. It would not be restrained anymore. Let's try that.
Oh, okay.
All right, try now. I'm curious. That did it.
Cool.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage. I believe... Oh, you already rolled
I
damage.
did.
All right. The sound that this bow makes is a very satisfying twang, by the way.
Hey
It's
guys,
got a
I'm
nice ring to it.
gonna cast Firebolt.
All right. Go ahead and roll to attack. That's going to hit. All right. It is definitely hurt. Quite hurt, in fact. About to collapse.
Up that a little bit.
All right. Zerth, it is your turn. Zerth? Gosh. We can I. Oh. Hey, Zerth, you here?
Yes. Hello.
There you go.
I.
What is going on with Discord today?
I don't know.
It's something.
Okay, so Pudding's gone. The evil Pudding's there.
Hmm.
I'm gonna cast Hold the Dead on it.
All right.
That is a Wisdom save.
Oh boy. As you guys can guess, it's not very good at this. That's gonna be a 4.
No, I don't think that's gonna hit.
Yeah, that'll do it. As the bell of Dolur rings, it hits a resonance note as the gelatinous cube vibrates into a pile of rapidly dissipating sludge. There looks to be some stuff inside it, though. Inside the remains, at least. Some of it being swept away by the water. The hell was that?
I'll swim after it, quote unquote.
All right. It's not really deep enough to swim in unless you really want to.
Metaphorically swim
Okay.
in it.
Go ahead and give me a perception check to spot everything as it slowly floats away.
Okay, we got art from Power Stone.
Awesome.
I feel
wait.
slightly
Yeah, what's up?
comfortable in this sewage area.
Strangely comfortable. All right. Da-da-da. Let me see which one it is. Where's my tables? All right. You see some kind of shadowy in the water, and as you grab at them, you realize that they are small little rings of coins. And by rings, I mean kind of a section of a very resilient leather string tied through the center holes of some very kind of exotic-looking coinage. And you find 7 electrum pieces.
Nice. He'll like run and dive and grab it, and then he'll hold up in victory. I got the potty coins.
You got the what?
Don't worry about it. They're shiny and could be worth something.
Our employers aren't watching us right now, are they?
They're just kind of watching. So, yeah.
And also, I'm the employer.
Technically,
Fair
that
enough.
is correct.
Our employees aren't watching us, are they?
Didn't do anything in that fight.
It just keeps rolling. I think I clicked on the wrong one.
Happening?
Also, as I'm assuming the rest of you guys would have looked through the other one.
Yeah.
All right.
You can do that now. He's
Um,
over there.
Will help with that.
You would find you would find two things in the other one.
Steadfast supporter.
And this one actually would deposit whatever it was on the sidewalk itself, so you wouldn't need to look through the water. But you find a small gold bracelet. Oops. I'll put it in the party loot. So I find the party. Okay. And you also find what looks to be kind of a very thin, or a very kind of narrow metal cylinder. And none of you guys would really recognize exactly what this was until one of the students kind of excitedly pointed out that it's a hardened case for spell scrolls.
Ooh.
So there's a spell
Nice.
scroll in here.
Likely yes.
Right. He's gonna cast prestidigitation on all this stuff because
To clean it
we're a
off.
cube.
And you even cast it as you reach out to grab it, as there is a little bit of ooze still on it.
Right off, clean it. Or square.
Mm. All right. So, you're not really sure how to open it, so I assume you would hand it off to the student who pointed it out, and this is the human male. He looks at it. He looks at one of the markings on it, and confidently presses in on one side, pushing it past a latch, twists it, and then pops it out, and then very carefully pulling out the scroll. He reads the side of it and says, "Whoa, this is a scroll of alter self.
Wow.
This is quite a find."
Yeah, I pulled the. ultra rare.
Well, you fought it, so I assume here. He puts it back in the case and loosely attaches the cap on.
I mean, after I'm done with the copying the scroll, I mean, I'm sure
Copying
you-
the scroll
for
does
studying-
destroy it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yep.
Then he doesn't say that. He will say thank you, and never
All
give
right.
him that back again.
He gives a nod, and as he brings out a small,
Oh my god, yes, Power Stone!
Now,
Kinda like a
Power Stone,
journal,
that is,
as he
that's
keeps
thinking with your
scribbling on it.
noggin right there.
That is fantastic.
If you do that, I will just instantly psychic bolt you to the ground.
What happened?
Power Stone suggests that we use that for Inun to turn into Mickey Mouse.
He will perish instantly.
Cast this spell to die instantly.
Is that why it was in a locked
It would
case?
never be
That's
done.
exactly why it was in a locked case.
Beware of the gods, for this is cursed. This dumbass kid's like, oh, it's right here.
All right. So who's going to take the scroll? I'm guessing Inun, you're going to take it.
Yes.
All right, and the small gold bracelet. It's about the width of a normal finger. Kind of a thin band with these interlocking gold chains. You estimate it to be worth maybe 20 to 30 gold. Who wants it?
It won't. I mean, it won't fit Zerth, so.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said how big was it?
It would fit a normal human wrist.
Yeah, no, it won't.
So
fit
yeah,
his good
bit
claws.
big. Yeah. Also, I think your connection is dying again because you were going all robot on us, Zerth.
Oh, I'm on my phone real quick because I had to let the dog out.
Ah, that would explain it. Could you pet your dog for me real quick?
Let the dogs out.
Okay, when he comes back, he'll let him do his bit, and then I'll assume he's petting him right now. All right. Who wants the bracelet? Otherwise, I'm just gonna randomly give it to someone.
Sen will take it.
All right.
You know, since nobody else
And-
was speaking up, so.
Fair enough. Oh, it didn't. It's not identified.
Wait.
My bag of holding it wasn't identified either. I just have a bag.
Yeah, it's just a bag with a big inside.
Huh? What about the actual bag of holding I got?
All right.
All
That'd be
right.
identified.
Yeah, there we go.
You'd have it for long enough to be able to identify it.
Hold on, what did the bracelet do again?
Nothing. It's a gold bracelet worth about 20 to 30 gold.
Oh, okay. You said identified, so I thought I missed something.
Ah, no, that was when Inun bought his bag of holding. His actual bag of holding, not the bag that's just a little bit bigger on the inside. Also, Inun, do you have any like pockets on the inside of your robes?
Yeah.
All right. As you're reaching into one of them, I assume to deposit the scroll safely away. You find that your hands goes a little bit deeper than you thought. You really can't reach like the bottom of one of these pockets, as hard as you try. And just kind of waving around with the scroll canister in your hand, you feel something poking you in the side. As looking at your tiny little bag, your little pouch, you find that your hand is sticking through it.
Oh, okay.
And you wiggle it around. It's your hand.
Kitsune doors, I like that.
Yeah, it's just you don't know exactly what you made, but it's getting weird.
He is going to be doing this distractedly for a minute here.
Yark's gonna look over from like a few feet away and say, "Oh hey, Inun, high five!" And then he holds his arm.
Huh? Wait, he holds what?
My arms up.
Oh. He's gonna toss you the bag.
I'm gonna catch it and high five you.
I try to high five him.
Through the bag?
Yeah.
All right. It's fairly easy to high five him through the bag.
Perfect.
All right.
Stick your hand through and just wave around, and eventually you clap hands.
I'm back. Doggo's petted.
I shake.
All right, thank you, sir.
I shake your hand up and down, not holding onto the bag.
You don't feel your hand moving, but like the wrist kind of stays fairly firm, and you see like the bag just kind of you move the bag freely, and the hand stays very in the same position.
This is the coolest thing, and then I give it back to Inun.
Alright, he clips that back onto his belt. Satisfied.
All right. As you guys clean up and start to head out, it's only a little while longer, about maybe half an hour or so. It turns out that door on the side was not the safe room. It was just a passage that had been blocked off at some time in the past. And kind of reaching over to open it, it's firmly shut. And when you manage to kind of creak it open, you see that the interior is just basically filled in with bricks. There's even a few experimentative experimental impacts with what looks to be a pickaxe, and it just goes in for like a few inches and then stops. So somebody's clearly tried to get through this in the past and failed. But the museum keeper moves on ahead, fairly intent to get to a resting spot before the day is done, which is kind of a odd sentiment, as you really can't see the sun from here. However, he is carrying a small piece of artifice that seems to have a very small, almost minuscule display of a sun, which is currently mostly eclipsed at this point. But about a half hour of walking later through the sewers kind of dissipate, and it starts to turn into the Cogs proper. This ancient underbelly that you can start to smell the smoke from various industrial fires, and just various processes way down here, with the lava and the magma. Magma is the stuff that the stuff that comes out, or is it the stuff that stays below?
Lava is the stuff that comes out.
Okay, so it'd be magma then. But checking a map and looking at one of these doors on the side, he kind of nods and very slowly reaches for the door handle, creaking it open and looking inside. All right. Oops. As he's opening it up, he says it's opening rather easily, and I'm seeing some signs of intrusion. That's a.
This is good.
All right. There's a very disgruntled kind of a croaking noise from inside, as what sounds like a chicken or like a rooster is very angrily kind of growling out, before you hear a squawk as the caretaker jumps back in pain. You see he's actually been bitten on the hand that he used to open the door. And as he looks at it, you can see a area of gray start to spread, like a stoniness. As he says, "Oh dear, that was a cockatrice." All right, he's gonna try to make the save again.
So he was ahead of us, opened the door, and then got bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no!
That was interesting. Did you
didn't
guys
see-
hear it too?
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Didn't see the giant chicken and licks his lips.
The door is closed at this point. He slammed it
Oh.
shut after jumping back.
Does that count as a disease?
For
Curse.
what purpose? I'm assuming you want to cast Lesser Restoration.
Yeah, because if it's like petrification, which is a condition, that's greater restoration, and I am not a cleric of high enough nobility to cast that yet.
Yeah,
It's
I
still
believe
spreading,
he's
so
not-
it's still spreading, so I would consider it to be able to be solved with Lesser Restoration.
All right, I'd run over and
Devotee.
Yeah, seeing how it is new and active.
take care of that,
All right.
and just go. Gotta be more careful in this kind of area, apparently.
He kind of shakes the hand as the grayness recedes with your kind of willpower flowing into it. And he says, Thank you. I frankly didn't expect a game of 6 stones to be played here. He looks at you. You all understand that you guys don't know what it is. It's an illegal game. 7 people in the cockatrice go in. 1 person comes out.
Hold the fuck on.
Sounds one-sided.
Back where I come from, we call that stone chicken roulette.
That just
Just kind of stares at you.
He
they do.
shrugs.
So
Well-
what did they do about the chicken then?
It's still in there. I don't know how it's still alive, but they must have played recently.
It's like the
You
chicken
can-
one.
Likely. Well, the chicken always does win. It's just that the last person who comes out keeps to keep all the winnings. Anyways, well, this was our safe room. We could try to find another one, or we could try to clear the cockatrice out.
Oh, that shouldn't be a problem. Give me 2 minutes.
As Dusty rolls up his sleeves.
I got this.
Be my guest, as he kind of backs away.
Dusty's going for the door.
All right.
I am preparing an action.
How fast are you opening the door?
Oh, he sort of had the idea to open the door and then dive inside the room.
All right. As you open the door, it is. Oh my God!
Tell me.
It just
That's
crit.
That seems like our luck.
Oh, all right.
That's fine. That's
So go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
okay.
Did you want a crit card?
Holy fuck. No. All right. This time it gets you, or instead of getting you in the hand, it actually gets you in the foot, as it like some demonic goose, snakes its head around and just gnashes at you. It is letting out this demonic cackle roar right now.
Did I at least get inside the room?
You are inside the room and you feel your foot hardening up.
This sucks.
But it's your turn.
Okay.
What was your
hang
action,
on.
Zerth?
Well, if I saw him bite him, I was gonna pull him back. But if it happened too
Yeah.
fast, then
You should know your boy by now.
yeah. I think with the way that action is, I think it happened too fast. By the time Zerth realized what happened, Dusty's already in the room.
Pretty much. But Dusty, with your pitch black vision, you'd be able to see the very faint outline of 6 other humanoid shapes in there. All of them very still and in various kind of poses of evasion. Some of them kind of toppled over on the ground and crumbled a bit.
We didn't get much information on this room, did we?
Not really.
He was considering throwing alchemist fire, but this room might be flammable, you know.
The walls are stone.
Oh,
But, you know, with swamp or with sewer gas, you never know.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's your turn. What are you doing?
well, he's going to take his spear and he's going to stab it.
All right, go ahead and roll to attack.
Okay. There's the spear.
All right, here, I'll actually put it on the combat tracker.
Oh yeah, that'd be helpful.
Oh my God, look at that initiative roll. Go ahead and roll initiative, by the way.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be your turn no matter what, but you know.
Yark
Alright.
fell asleep apparently.
You're too far back. Still thinking. All right. That is, I believe that's going to hit.
Oh, excellent.
That's his AC. Yep, that will hit. All right. Is that going to be your turn?
No, he's got a lot of hits to go.
You going full in?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, go on in.
He said he'd handle this.
That's going to
That's
miss.
a miss. And now to punch it in the face because it bit him, or wherever its beak might be.
It's dumb idiot beak. That's gonna hit.
Thump.
It is pissed. Go ahead and give me another Constitution saving throw as the stoniness continues to spread. All right. Through sheer power of will, you manage to shake off the effects before they spread further. Is DeSoto doing anything, or who all is going to be charging it? Let's do a poll first. Who all's gonna?
I am.
Sinal can shoot from outside.
All right.
Isn't it dark in there? I guess I did leave
It's-
the door open.
The light is spilling in enough for you to get a decent vision, but it's going to be hard to shoot through that open doorway with all the people crowding around it.
Okay, well, Sinal will go in, and DeSoto will as well.
All right. It's going to be DeSoto's turn then.
What about Sinal?
We were starting on Dusty's turn since Dusty yeeted himself in there.
Oh, so because I rolled high, I get penalized?
I think
Yes.
the past term of heat is Yote.
That's true.
All right, DeSoto will run in behind the cockatrice if he can,
All right.
and attack it from the other side, from Dusty.
Go ahead and roll to attack. That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. As DeSoto charges in,
Well, that was
snatches
easy.
it by the neck, and just whips it around from side to side. Basically pulverizing it into a puff of feathers as it just croaks.
Oh, hey, that was fast. Okay, guys, we're good.
But DeSoto is now very proudly holding in his jaws the kind of limp, very lumpy, kind of feathers kind of everywhere, a corpse of a cockatrice.
All right. Set that down. Boy, it's been a while since I cleaned a bird. And he takes out a dagger.
All right. The cockatrice
No.
is,
Butcher's
especially this one, is looking a little bit.
Yeah.
By a little bit, I mean a lot lean.
Well, Dusty hasn't dismantled a corpse in a while. He wants to get his hands a little dirty.
All right, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Oh yeah, also my leg.
Yes. I'm
Yes,
I'm gonna
I
go-
know. Sorry, I got bit.
I'm grabbing him by his other foot, hanging him upside down.
All right.
I'm not gonna stop working.
No,
You-
no.
If you're hanging,
you
you
better-
can't really reach.
I lower him.
All right, go ahead and make it with disadvantage since you're upside. Actually, no, you're used to being upside down, so we'll
back.
just use that one. You don't have too much trouble kind of butchering it for the regular meat, but you've never really butchered a cockatrice before, so
Oh, it's fun.
go ahead and give me a dexterity check. Because there's a few parts of it that you really don't want to hit. All right, you managed to avoid cutting where you don't really mean to, and by luck, managed to avoid puncturing its venom sac. You now have about 10 pounds of cockatrice meat and the various bits left behind.
He looks quite pleased with himself. It's been a while since he butchered something, and something new at that.
Yeah.
About time we got the tools dirty again. Oh, time to clean.
So,
Who wants cockatrice venom?
How much did you get?
10 pounds of meat and various giblets.
the venom sac is still kind of attached to the rest of the carcass, and that's going to require some specialized care.
Yeah.
I have an idea for it, but I may not be quite skilled to handle it.
Hey, Yark!
Yes, he says as he's holding both the collapsible rod and the fishing rod to see try to figure out what he. Oh, did you need something?
I've got cockatrice venom. You want it?
I don't know. It takes years of diluting before it makes a nice cockatrice wine. I don't think I have that kind of.
Can you use it as is by throwing it in someone's face?
I can give it a shot. And he takes out a knife, and then the little wrist thing on his gauntlet takes out multiple tiny knives at the same time.
Hold on. Dusty readies some of his glass flasks. Okay, go.
All right, and I'm going to try to harvest some of the venom and put it into the flasks.
Go ahead and give me a chef's tools check. So I assume you're using your chefing tools.
Correct.
All right.
Wait, this is my inventory. Hold on.
Wait a minute.
This doesn't seem right.
That's an even. No, that's a break-even number.
All right. As you cut into it, you accidentally nick the side of it. This small kind of almond-shaped gland, and a little bit of the liquid kind of seeps out of the side. But the curious thing is that as soon as it hits the air, it almost starts to solidify into this kind of dusty, chalky substance. But you manage to kind of squeeze it in being very careful not to aerate it too much. This kind of very oozy black ichor into one of the vials, so you gain basically a small vial of it. But that's all you manage to get.
I will remove one of my vials.
All right.
I mean, cockroaches can't be that big, so I guess it's pretty good.
It's pretty lean. It's probably been starving.
That's true. And as you look around, you see that the statues in this room are pretty much the only thing here.
Neat.
The students have come in and are already studying the various statues, but mostly they're just kind of uneasily staring at them.
Dusty folds his arms, slightly offended that they're not admiring his work.
I'm very, very proud of you. I'm patting your hand.
Okay, I feel better now.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
For Zerth, actually.
Yeah.
Since fur isn't very common among our kind, do you ever find yourself just petting Dusty? Because it feels nice?
I find myself absentmindedly petting him sometimes.
Fur is very nice, he says, as he's absent-mindedly petting Sin.
just not intentionally do it. The two reptiles are like, fur is a unique thing to feel.
It's exotic.
It is.
Cinna
Those
will
scales
move
are
away.
better.
He's gonna move away.
Grab your pillow. It's escaping.
It's even better than a warm rock.
Right? It's self-heating.
And
like
then he's
a
gonna kind of watch that dumbfounded.
You get
It's a self-heating cushion.
But you get a nice smooth rock though that's just a perfect temperature. Oh,
Yeah, like
can't beat
no
that.
lumps. No
Oh
bumps.
yeah.
So what are we gonna do about them statue peoples?
Mm,
I mean, if the cockatrice is still alive despite being closed in this room, it's probably not been that long.
I know a pet shop that will buy gargoyles.
They're not gargoyles. Actually, I've never seen a petrified person before. Are they sentient?
Or even
I
a
mean,
way
don't
to
really know.
reverse these
What is a
people.
gargoyle but a petrified being?
A mobile petrified being.
They're elementals, right?
I believe they are elementals of sorts. Let me check. And Inun would probably know this. Correct. They would be an elemental. All right. So the students are kind of pushing some of the fragments to the side, a little bit wary, and trying not to touch them too much. But clearing off a space, moving some of the debris aside, and unrolling their bedrolls from their packs. One of them retrieves the dwarf. She retrieves a what looks to be a very kind of stout-legged lamp, kind of raised off the ground and just circular. These tiny little holes in all directions. Which she kind of places her hand on the bottom of it, underneath, and says a command word in Dwarven. Does anyone speak Dwarven?
No, I don't.
Do not.
Not.
I do.
All right,
Not.
Sinel.
Oh wow, you're built for this.
You do not, or you do?
Do not.
Okay.
Oh, I take that back.
So nobody would know what she says.
But I
But,
can. But I will probably be changing that
All right.
with some of those
the,
abilities because I like the looks of that. Those alternate abilities.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll make the decision fairly soon here. We'll make it probably before next session, at the tail end of this one.
Because the Deft Explorer will let me get double proficiency on animal hand, and I get 2 languages.
That's pretty good. So the many faceted lamp in front of you starts to glow a very kind of a warm orange color as it exudes a fairly decent amount of heat, about the same as a campfire. And you can see kind of faint sparks and little embers rising from it. But they appear to just be illusionary, as they just dissipate whenever they reach about halfway to the ceiling.
Oh, hey Dova.
Yeah?
What kind of is there any wood, like loose wood or sticks around?
Inside here, not really. No. There'd be a wicker basket in the corner, but that's about it.
I'm gonna ask around. I'm gonna start chopping up the not basilisk, the cockatrice meat, and say, and I'm gonna make some cockatrice skewers. Anyone got any sticks?
They kind of pat their pouches down and start looking through their bags, kind of one after the other, saying, not really.
I have a.
Sinner will take
torches.
some.
I have
Oh,
fire.
torches are perfect.
How many do you need?
I'll use my woodcutters. I'll pass in my woodcutters tools and
So
Anyone know how to
the
use
one-
woodcutter's tools?
They kind of shake their heads.
Okay. Well,
I'm proficient in murder.
I can
all right.
take
Well,
a
then I'll carve this. I'll chop up some roughly cut sticks real quick.
All right.
Not so rough that there'll be splinters. I'll
And you can
hold them.
smooth the splinters out pretty easy. Go
Yeah,
ahead
exactly.
and give me a dexterity check.
Not my wood carver's tools.
Do you have proficiency in that?
Yeah.
Go ahead. All right. You can manage to split up basically one of the torches into enough skewers to go around.
Perfect. And then I'm going to. Oh, how about? What are some other things I could put on them that would be good? That would keep in people's rations. If that makes any sense.
I have a rock.
And
Yeah,
you
well-
said you were going to set up the tent at some point?
Meat skewers are fine. I'm gonna grill them on my fancy gauntlet. Like the hands are gonna spread all out, and it's gonna heat up, and it's gonna be like a little griddle
All right.
or a grill. And I'm gonna use my spice pouch to mix and some water to make a nice thick sauce.
All right.
Brush over them.
You notice the dwarven woman is just kind of annoyed at you for one-upping her with the floating gauntlet that heats up.
Well, it's not like it's not like you can make a nice campfire.
I mean, there's a lot of heat coming off of that artificial campfire.
Also, I'm not gonna take my drift globe out of my bag. But I can only do this for a little while anyway.
All
And
right,
I can
so
use both hands while I cook.
there you go. Go ahead and give me a cooking check. And also, Inun, did you say you wanted to put the tent up?
Yeah, he's gonna put up that tent.
All right, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Thought I could.
All right. It's kind of hard without any good place to pound the stakes in, and it's just complicated. There's a lot of like weird lines that go to nowhere, and you get everything tangled up, and it's just all you're at the end of your temper right now. Just it's frustrating. Do you want to go again?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Getting worse.
You want some help with that?
You're furious.
Need someone do this.
Can I help you?
Ah. Yes.
Are you okay?
Okay.
Tent.
All right. With Dusty's help, you're able to smooth out all the edges. You're able to untangle all the lines, and manage to tie it off on some heavy rocks. And as you finish erecting the tent, there's kind of a small whoosh as it kind of inflates with a bit of air. Some of the arcane runes glowing for a moment before simmering down into a very dull kind of sparkle every once in a while. But as you open it up, it's a lot bigger on the inside. Let me go ahead and identify for this for you.
Oh, okay.
And if you want to, I can post it in the chat. What's going on over there?
Digi, we are hearing a lot of noise from you.
Sorry.
Audio.
The thing I should mention is that this is a headset, but the part with the mic is broken and dangling.
Oof.
It's a
Ugh.
hand-me-down, but the mic works.
And yeah, and you can post that into the chat if you like, but you don't have to.
Oh. Hell yeah! And he's gonna go grab Yark. Yark! Yark! Yark!
You're just finishing up your kebabs. Kebabs. Yeah. Yark? If you're trying to talk,
Yark.
you're muted.
Sorry, I had a bit of an emergency, but I am back now.
Oof. You alright?
I am now. The emergency has been flushed.
Cool. Alright, continue.
Hey, Yark.
Yeah?
Kitchen.
What about it?
Intent. My tent has a kitchen in it.
Well, the skewers are almost... Besides, it's better grilled anyway.
I have a
Also,
hearth.
that tent is super small. There can't be a kitchen in there.
There's also a central hearth in the living room.
In a few weeks, we'll get the bowling alley up and running.
What's a bowling alley?
I don't know, everyone. Into
That's
the tent,
the one.
let's go.
Dusty gets in the tent. He doesn't believe this.
There was much
Sinnoh
doubt from the
will-
skater's mind.
Sinnoh will cautiously enter.
I'll wiggle my scaly butt.
It's
Magic
quite
tomfoolery.
nice inside.
Welcome to the Quidditch World Cup.
I want to snap a broom in half. I don't know why.
Do you guys can you guys read through the identified entry?
It says unable to create window with source data. For me.
I wonder if I can post it.
Yeah, I think you usually have to.
There we go.
Nice.
The kebabs are delicious, by the way. Nice and spicy.
Awesome.
Though for a moment you do taste a little bit of grit.
This is my first time cooking with cockatrice, so I'm proud of it.
There you go.
And I passed them out to the students and the rest of my party, too.
All right, the students, by the way, are looking in awe at the inside of the tent. The curator, however, kind of gives an offhand remark. Oh, you should see her current models.
Ooh.
You got something better to go? Shoo, I'm exploring my tent.
you shoo them out, and they kind of
I just
dejectedly go back to their spots.
Just imagine this like half circle of just people staring into it. I go like, get out of here, get off my lawn. Stop looking at my house.
Now you get nothing.
Grandpa Noon!
Good thing I have mending.
Congratulations, Noon. You've been promoted from uncle to grandpa.
I don't like that.
This is very nice in here. As he stands up and stretches and pops his back.
Strangely enough, contrary to the description, there is no outhouse.
Okay, I was curious about that. Not gonna make a difference.
You reckon it's probably because the creator did not need it.
I mean, the whole world's an outhouse, technically.
Anything's in that house if you're sneaky enough.
It's true.
Gotta be careful about the air.
Mm-hmm.
It is starting to smell like cooked meat inside the tent too. But
Perfect.
a kind of cool breeze with that smell is kind of drifting through it.
Have a kebab.
Kebab.
A kebab.
Bab.
Kebab is
Kebab.
something else.
Kebab.
Kebab is like it's got like flatbread, I think.
What about a kebab?
Kebab, that's the correct one.
Okay, thank you. Just checking.
Actually, I may be wrong.
Let me Google. Let me Google
Alright,
pronounce this.
Yeah,
Time
so
to eat.
kebab is like ground meat around a stick. Kebab is like pieces of meat kind of pierced by a stick. Shit, I don't know. I don't fucking know anymore. I'm getting conflicting reports. Somebody needs to do some serious research into kebab and kebab.
I shall get right on it.
That's your homework for next session, by the way.
All right. Well, here's the exiting scene. It's Anun sitting in his rune tent in his runed robes, reading his runed book.
His whole life
and,
is just runes.
Looking at his rune pouch and putting it down so he can eat his rune-shaped breakfast cereal.
What is a cereal
Cuddling
called?
up in his rune sleeping bag.
A rune sleeping cap, I assume.
Yeah.
Wait, are the runes? Is it Lucky Charms?
It's like
Yeah,
a
that's what I'm talking about, like-
Dabba-dee-dabba-da.
They're just all the runes. It's the shapes. That's my favorite stupid
Just
one so
rune.
far.
Honey clustered runes.
Runios.
Yeah, we can end. I think we can end the session on that.
Okay, that made me want to die.
Hey, you know, all these were uniquely created by the guy who did them. All like the opening and end themes, they're all unique.
Oh, really?
Oh boy.
They're made fresh by the guy on a keyboard. I don't know. I saw that in the
Okay, are we
Video.
ending? This is
Yeah, but we can go ahead and end. As you guys simmer down for the night, set watch schedules, of course, but we can deal with that next session. As you guys are in the Cogs, finally, after having 2 episodes titled that.
All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening for Echoes of Eberron Dungeons and Dragons. We will be back next week with more. Do tune in for that. Also, I will be back tomorrow. Originally, I wasn't going to be, but plans kind of changed. So tomorrow's stream will be late, but it'll happen, of Tales of Miraleth Dungeons and Dragons. Hope to see you all here for this. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for the support. And I bid you all a very fond adieu.
Yeah, have a great night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Bye, everyone.
We're still waiting for one more goodbye there. It has to happen.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Close the
No, we're
screen.
not. It's
Close
just,
the
yeah,
gate.
just shut it down.
No,
Shut down. He's gone.
we've got to get one more.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Ray, you're muted.
Even he doesn't want to do it.
Son of a bitch! I just did the bitch.
Oh.
Well, now you
what a
get to do it
shame.
again.
Ye Golly.
Alright, everybody, so we had some good times tonight, and we got all
Leaves
slippery
again.
and slimy. I'm just ready to party in there. I'm just hopped up inside that flask.
Ugh.
That's the real
No
ruby
pudding.
in there. Got those
Pudding.
2 new slimes to bring back to my flask, you know what I'm saying?
Pudding, I'm screwing the cork in tighter.
Shake it a
Ooh.
bit.
Those are some feelings right there.
Who keeps leaving and coming back?
That's Yar.
Yar.
I gotta check if it's over or not. Ooh.
It's the sound of nightmares.
All right, everyone. Good
Things that
night.
are suffering.